Welcome to today's What Will Move the Market show. I'm your host Prem. It's Tuesday, October 7th, 2025, and here is everything you need to know as the markets open for today. Wall Street wrapped up Monday on a high note, continuing the momentum from last week's AI-fueled rally. The Dow Jones closed higher by over 200 points, landing at 46,758. The S&P 500 finished at a record 6,716, up ever so slightly with healthcare and utility stocks leading. Notably, the Nasdaq cooled off a bit, ending just below 22,780. The big movers in the spotlight, AMD soared after sealing a mega deal with OpenAI, pushing its shares up nearly 24%. Meanwhile, Verizon saw a 5% decline as it announced a leadership change. After hours, traders continued buzzing about AMD's blockbuster prospects and Fifth Third's leap into the nation's top 10 banks. The broader market is keeping watch on the AI sector's influence and ongoing government shutdown talks, with no direct impact yet on trading. Optimism dominated most sectors. If you're tracking volatility, the VIX edged a bit higher, but remains well contained as investors anticipate the next Fed move. Overnight, Indian ADRs on Wall Street painted a mostly positive picture. Infosys ADR climbed nearly 3% to 16.69, while HDFC Bank advanced about 1.5%, closing at 34.83. ICICI Bank was virtually unchanged around $30. Key cues for Indian investors from these moves. Tech and banking ADRs strengthening overnight could signal strong opening sentiment for their local counters. Asian stocks kicked off Tuesday on the front foot. Tokyo's Nikkei soared over 2,000 points at the open, hitting a record 47,835 as traders welcomed a new pro-growth government and hopes for further stimulus. Big movers in Japan included tech and real estate, propelling the index to an intraday high. Hong Kong's Hang Seng started a bit on the back foot at 27,000, but stabilized as the session progressed. Shanghai, however, is shut today due to China's Golden Week holiday, so no cues from the mainland until next week. Gift Nifty's early trades point to a mildly positive start for domestic markets, clocking open values just above 25,000. At the time of reporting, it is trading 140 points higher at 25,146. That sets a constructive tone for Indian equities as traders weigh signals from tech and financial ADRs and the Asia surge. The yen's sharp drop against the dollar is adding to yen carry trades regionally, supporting risk assets. Watch out for any policy hints from Japan's new leadership that could spill over into broader Asian sentiment. Globally, the spotlight remains on fiscal policy in the US and Japan, with hopes that more stimulus will keep risk appetite elevated. OPEC Plus stepped in with a modest crude output hike for November, holding Brent oil above $65 a barrel as supply risks rise following fresh reports of Ukrainian strikes on a Russian refinery. No major moves yet from central banks overnight, but traders are speculating that the Federal Reserve may take a more dovish turn in response to cooling labor trends and upbeat corporate earnings. Geopolitical uncertainties persist around oil in Eastern Europe, but no immediate impact expected on Indian equities today. Indian equity markets staged a smart recovery last week after slipping 2%, buoyed by the RBI's decision to hold policy rates steady at 5.5%. The central bank's neutral stance is adding stability as the earnings season picks up pace. Look for action in IT and financials today, the sectors leading Monday's rally. The Q2 results will be keenly tracked for clues on the durability of profit growth. Pre-market cues point to a positive opening, with FII flows trending supportive and domestic institutions likely to extend last week's recovery. FII have been net sellers so far in October 2025, while DII remains strong net buyers, even with yesterday's data. However, the net selling by FIIs was a small number yesterday. For today's trade, Nifty 50's immediate support lies at 25,000, with further cushion at 24,900. Resistance appears at 25,100 and topside watch at 25,250. A close above 25,100 can fuel follow-through strength towards 25,400. For Bank Nifty, look to buy dips above support at 44,800 and chase resistance zones near 45,200. Technical triggers suggest bullish momentum, but watch for quick reversals if markets stall below their resistance. Brent crude holds steady above $65 a barrel as OPEC Plus prepares for a modest production increase amid supply pressures and headlines from Eastern Europe. Gold continues its record-breaking rally in global markets, reflecting heightened uncertainty, while silver tracks gold's uptrend. Base metals are mostly stable, waiting on cues from China's reopening. Today's tactical tip. With rapid sector rotation in play and indexes flirting with all-time highs, traders may consider booking partial profits on sharp intraday rallies, especially in financials and tech, while deploying fresh buys on support dips. Risk management is key, as news flow remains unpredictable and volatility could spike if earnings or policy outlook surprise. And that's your morning briefing. Stay tuned for the evening wrap, and don't forget to send in your questions and trading stories. Wishing you a profitable Tuesday. See you back here for more insights and actionable moves.